What is up, future satellite YouTube? Welcome back to another banger. Today's Bible verse is Matthew 24, verse 43 to 44. And it says, "But notice that if the master of the house had known in what part of the night the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and would not have let his house be broken into. Therefore, you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect." That is Matthew 24, verse 43 to 44. And in case y'all don't really understand, and y'all need maybe some person's opinion, right? Which would be my opinion, would be that we do not know when our Lord Jesus Christ is coming back. There will be signs given, but we still will not be sure, right? Just like a thief comes in the night of a person's home, the time and hour is unexpected, right? But it will happen. Something that is assured is that it will happen. The things that are put in the Bible are meant to take place. They're not just there for decoration and all this and all that, right? It must take place. And if you don't want to believe it, then that is up to you. Just know that when the time comes and you regret your decision on what you made, that will be up to you as well. Turn to our Lord Jesus Christ and everything will be okay, right? Anything with Him is possible. Things without Him are impossible. Everything will be okay, and just make sure to keep going. Put your faith and trust in our Lord Jesus Christ. And that's gonna be it for today's Bible verse. Thanks so much for hearing me. I do want to talk a little about these markets. It is Sunday, so I want to make it quick. A little some analysis. So let's do that. All right. So first, I want to start with ZAO USD. ZAO USD. I want to take some lines off because I do not need these lines. So first, you might be saying, "Hey Henry, are you interested in ZAO USD?" Yeah. And then you might be saying, "Hey Henry, why?" Okay. First of all, I'm gonna get to that. Second of all, let me tell you after I drink some water. So hold on. First of all, if you want to start out with the weekly, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Me personally, I am. You're probably saying why? Well, because if we look at this weekly, right? Let's look at all the structure being made. We're bullish up to a point. Turned bearish. We came down. We're coming down for a little while since when March. We are now in August, but it started reversing around July to August. And so my analysis is that I do believe we will have a strong engulfing this week. So a big, strong move to the downside. You're probably saying, why do you suggest that? Well, first of all, I believe this weekly has not had a retest yet. Like I said, I feel like every time frame moves in structure. So if we're on the 4 hour and we see this happening, and I know where we see this could be some type of daily structure, a daily retest, right? But then if we look at the daily and it does this, and we're doing now falling, this could be weekly structure, right? And I do believe we need some type of weekly structure. So I see a big engulfing coming to the downside, coming to retest this area here. Then we go to our daily, and we can see the structure kind of being made already. Probably saying, what are you talking about? I don't see anything. Do you not see this structure here? This has been broken. We are basically bearish on the daily. And now I want to go to my 4 hour. My 4 hour is switching its bias, right? So we are turning bearish. As we can see, time frames are turning bearish. But now, what I want to see now is some more of a come down, a retest to this area here to make it more structure. And then off this, I look for an entry. You might be saying, why would you look for an entry there? It is showing me more structure being made already. So as we can see, we are moving now in lower lows and lower highs. So this is a lower low and lower high. So I want price to show me something internally so the remove can happen, right? So once we get to that point, I'll look for entry for shorts. If I see the entry, if I don't, then it's gonna go on without me. Perfectly fine with that. I'm not gonna put myself into a situation where I will need to enter. Only if I see the setup and actually me doing it, I am going to execute it. But for this trade, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want to take it to 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, right? I see this playing out. I'm just trying to say that you have to be very alert, right? You have to be very cautious with this. The reason is that this is a counter trade. This isn't going with the whole flow of how the trend is going. This could very well stop at this area here to go higher. It could stop at this area. It could even stop at this area. So I want to be very careful if I do see an entry. First, I want to look at the weekly and see if we have made a big enough wick. Second, I want to see different type of shifter structure on the daily more. And then 4 hour, I look for my entry and then I enter, right? Then 1 hour, I want to see a shifter structure internally and all that, the whole trade setup and stuff. But that is what I'm interested in. First, let me clear some of these out, some of these markets that I have on to my right. So I want to clear this out and then I'll be back. Hold on. All right. I've already cleared most of them out. Now I want to make a little quick analysis on this cheap entity first. So I want to see what we're doing right. Something I would say I like on this weekly is that I see this being put out this week. Usually on these hard time frames, whenever we make this big wick to the upside, usually next week fit it out. But now I want to see some sort of move to the upside. So I have these lined up already. First would be USD CAD. I do see. I want to see what price does. If it's able to come back above this, then we're gonna use the support and go higher. But if it just stays like this still and continues to go more down below it, then I'm looking for sales. So this is a psychological number level. It's a psychological level. So we are at 139 200, and the more below that would be 139 100, right? So I want to see how it does to these levels. Usually we do reject off it. So we're gonna see if price could come back up here more to retest it, or if it either goes above it. I do want to wait. Maybe this week, if I don't plan to enter it, I will wait this whole week to see what it does. Cause usually when we do this right, price either has two decisions. It usually comes back, we consolidate for a bit and it falls, or is actually consolidating, breaks above, goes above it, and goes higher. So those are the two things that can happen. Well, there's always a possibility of consolidation, but I feel like it's going to be in it either way. So I want to see what price does and gives me a clear signal to go higher or lower, and just be patient. I'm not going to rush this process. The process is the process. Me rushing it doesn't make no difference. If I try to say go faster, go faster, the only thing that's gonna go faster is me. I'm gonna want to execute this more quicker, and then I'm gonna get greedy, and then I'm gonna try to enter a trade off FOMO, and that's what I should not do. That's FOMO, and I should think like a profitable trader. So anybody who's trying to or is dealing with that, maybe me as well, I don't know. Think like a profitable trader. Don't think like a person who just enters random trades. So next would be AUD. As y'all know, I did take this to a 1 or 2. This is like a 1.5 week trade or a 2 week trade, so I'll hold it this trade for 2 weeks. Um, I would want to say that I want to see what price does. I want price to give me some type of short position, because as we see on the weekly, we are at this clear area of support and resistance. Price usually does go below it, so I want to see if we could go back below it or clearly respect it and look for sales. So I want to look for some type of shifted structure. I'd want to be very careful though. So I might actually just wait this whole week till we do something about it. I'm not gonna try to rush it. Just be patient, go with the flow, and just do what you gotta do. So first GPK, right? Um, First I want to start off with saying that we are at an area of interest on the weekly. We are bullish at the moment, basically, right? Daily we are bearish, kind of. We can make some type of weekly retest, as we can see, maybe. So this can play out very quick. I'm being honest. I do like how we did end off with this doji last week on the daily and the weekly, basically. So then we go to the 4 hour. We are above it. I want to wait a little bit. I want to see what it does, right? After this, I want to see the type of shift of structure more to the upside, and I look for longs. I see this having a big possibility of coming all the way up to these zones, maybe all the way up to these zones. It does look pretty long, but it's not gonna be that long. It's gonna be really more shorter, if I'm being honest. So, and if it is, then that's up to me, right? Once I understand this more, I will be giving signals. Oh no, I'm playing. Just kidding, bro. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Next thing would be Euro USD. As I told y'all last week, this did not look ready yet, and now it does look ready. I see this getting filled out to the downside. I love how we did. We ended off with a doji. Love that very much. Daily, we are basically kind of bullish still at the moment. So I want to see more of a structure being made, kind of break to the downside around this area, or just look for more of a shift here, look for something there, right? I'm gonna be waiting patiently, and if I see the setup, I'm gonna enter it and execute. Next would be GPAUD. You're probably saying, "Hey Henry, why are you looking for sales?" Well, first of all, Timmy, as you can see, we are clearly below this area of interest, and why I want price to go below that area is because that's a structure on the weekly and daily holding back. So I want to see price break below it, Timmy. I want price to clearly show me some type of retest, Timmy. And then I look for sales on that retest, Timmy. So to them we wait patiently, but my whole bias is sales. If I'm being honest, I don't like using these pattern these markets patterns and stuff like this because I feel like it sometimes it just depends on how you see it, right? But I do see this squeezing in. If I'm being honest, I see price heading into this area where it needs to either go up or go down, and I see it going down because the trend is showing me downwards. If it goes up, then I just guess I was wrong. But if it goes down, then yeah, better like this video. Next thing would be GP and ZD. I just told you why I'm looking for buys, so I'm not really gonna deep dive into that. Some analysis on NAS for this week would be I want to see price come a little more lower to this zone here, like 29,600, because we were testing the EMA, breaking above levels that we haven't broken in a while. And yeah, just be more confident to look for more buys. So that's what I want to see this week. That's really my analysis. So that's how we're looking. I'm gonna deep dive into some more tomorrow in the morning, just because markets will be open and everything's gonna have a little momentum on what it wants to do. So we're gonna wait on that. So news updates would be not really much. I'm being honest on what I want to see. Not really interested. So not worried. Monday we do have CAD CPI news. Uh, so we want to see what that is about. Not really too focused on much news this week because I want to worry more on how I see the market, right? So if I see the market moving more up or down, I'm just gonna enter off the market. But I want to stay very aware sometimes of the red folders because those usually do affect it. But if the move of the market is meant to go up, it's gonna go up no matter if the news affects it or not, right? I've learned that, so I'm gonna stick to my usual plan that I usually go to. Um, Wednesday we do have GDP, CPI, AUD, employment change rate, and USD has nothing. The minutes, FOMC, not important. We don't really have much news this week, but I already told you my analysis, what I see, what I want to see, what will we see. This week was gonna be an interesting week. Y'all are gonna know by the end of this week if something does go up. Personal. Um, I want to keep y'all a little updated on what personal stuff I have to do, and that's gonna be at the end of this week. So if that does happen, I'm gonna tell y'all. But if it doesn't happen, then I'm not gonna say anything about it. But that is gonna be it for the moment. I'm gonna see y'all later, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you guys take care, keep going, and yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. So peace. What is up, YouTube? Slash yourself. I forgot to do the outro from yesterday's video. Um, this is the next day, right? Again, my bad. But yeah, I don't know that. I could just fake it and say that I recorded this on Sunday night. In reality, it's Monday morning. But that is gonna be it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching me. If you did watch, if you didn't watch, thanks so much for watching me. Here's fake Richard Millie. Remember that one day we are gonna have it, no matter what comes in our way, we are gonna do it. Um, anything is possible as long as we put our faith and trust in our Lord Jesus Christ, right? Anything will be possible and it can be done. Anything with Him is possible. Things without Him is impossible, right? So everything's gonna be okay, no matter if people or if you're going through hard times right now. If I'm going through hard times right now, it's gonna be okay. I know it's gonna be okay, and I'm not even worried about those hard times now because I know my future self has the success that I have put the work in right now, right? So I've had to put and work my butt off right now so my future self can relax, right? So that's gonna be for today. Thanks so much for watching me. Make sure you take care, stay blessed, and keep on going, right? Peace.